in the modern world, we are using digital tools every day, and companies are using these digital tools to transform their businesses, empower their employees, and become different companies. And with the world that has changed and the threats that we see every day, there is a need to reinvent the security approach. And in order to solidify the ideas around that, we published today a white paper on modernizing security and providing a glimpse of what a security strategy should look like in a company that is aspiring to embrace digital transformation to the fullest. And basically, this white paper is going to be available online soon, but we try to summarize very neatly what a security department in a company needs to do in order to embrace security and support the business in order to achieve more and be an enabler of the business rather than a blocker. And we also mention a number of initiatives that can be done long-term or short-term, like adoption of cloud computing to improve your security, like managing identities, automating security management. And finally, we mentioned a number of KPIs in order to measure how you make progress. But of course, we didn't stay on this theoretical approach and organizational level details. We also looked at how we can concretely improve security by adopting some new technologies. And in order to drive people around that, basically I explained how the typical attack usually works. So when we see a customer that has been compromised, most of the time we see that it started with an email that was a phishing email that entered the company and was with an attachment or a link that was clicked by someone in the company. And typically we have technologies today in the cloud, in Office 365 and in other places on the market where we can open the documents that are attached to emails to check whether or not they are malicious. Typically a Word document or a PDF is not supposed to connect to the internet, download some scripts and run some form of malicious software on your machine. So we inspect these documents into what we call detonation chambers in order to detect whether or not they're malicious. We do the same for links. At the time the user will click on the link, we will verify whether or not it's going to a dangerous destination, because criminals are smart. They send you emails with links which looks like completely safe, but in reality at the time of the day when you go to work, the destination of the email and the link in the email is going to be something dangerous. And we do the same for every stage of an attack, like the ability to protect the computer on which you run, protecting the smartphone or the tablet on which you're running, looking at using artificial intelligence and machine learning in order to be smarter into detecting anomalies and being able, for instance, to tell you this user usually doesn't log on from China and today is logging on from China and accessing a number of different assets like computers or documents that they usually don't access. So it might be an indication their identity has been stolen. And so to conclude, I wanted just to give you a glimpse on how we at Microsoft approach security. We see that as being something that we provide directly into the platform that we have. We invest $1 billion of R&D in security every year. And our idea is that we want the security to be built in the mainstream products that you already have or that you're going to acquire. Second, we rely on a unique intelligence. We run these online services in the cloud where we see billions of emails every month, where we have billions of authentication every month, and that gives us a good idea of what the threats could look like. Obviously, all this artificial intelligence is working on anonymized data. It's not looking at the personal details of people, but it's taking some insights that can reinforce your security. And finally, we have partnerships. We offer an integrated security experience, but at the end of the day, we also respect that there are areas that we don't cover or that people have already made investment, and we basically leverage that into partnerships that we have. So 2017 is the year of the security. There are lots of challenges in front of you, but we hope that you will be able to tackle it by adopting the cloud and the security technologies we offer.